Bang, we live on the Fix Show, the DSN Network. You know what it is, DaMatrix Studios. Trase, I'm here, Black Bottle Boys. Shout out to my co-host.
Yo, Chase Sims in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. Hello.
Chase, what's up, man?
Not much chilling. You know, yesterday was the Union Holiday Party.
How was it?
It was actually really dope. We had a lot of artists in the spot. Step G came out.
Nice.
Honey Baby, Lola Brooke,
Nice.
Connie Diamond, like everybody pretty much. A lot of people was definitely there.
Nice.
The energy was good in the room. I felt like, you know, with me.
The new wave of artists came out.
The new wave was artists was definitely there. And like for me, like, you know, coming into this industry within the last 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a transition from being in nightlife and regular party promoting to now like in the industry. I felt that in the room yesterday.
Nice.
Because it was literally like left, right, you know everybody.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
You know what I'm saying? From label execs, you know.
Nice.
You know, anybody, like journalists, et cetera, et cetera. So it was good energy in that room yesterday, for sure.
Nice, man. Did they make the announcement? No, not yet? No, we're not going to. People don't know. We made an announcement yet? No?
Am I taking an educated guess here?
I don't know.
Okay, we don't gotta speak too deep into it. Okay, we're gonna leave the special announcement for you later. Nah, but that's dope. That's dope.
I think I know where we're going with that.
Yeah, we're not gonna say it live on the air. No, that's dope, man. I was actually, I didn't attend any holiday party.
Yeah, you supposed
yesterday,
to come with me, man.
And it's because I was with Graf. We was in Jersey.
You told me that.
We working on a new project for 2025, man.
Yep.
And
congrats on
you
that.
know, we can't really talk about it, but you know, I'm gonna say it as best as possible. But the first part is done.
Okay.
You know what I'm
How
saying?
you feel about the first part? Was it smooth?
I went in there on some co-director, co-producer. I ain't just going there as a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like I wear many hats, and I'm just the type of person that when I walk in a building, I walk in as a boss and as a person who wants to get shit done.
Right.
I don't got time to play around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm talking about.
But you know, and that's the voice of our special guest. We're not gonna say his name right now. We're not gonna say his name right now. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we working on some stuff, man. Shout out to Graf. Shout out to Avia Legacy. We working on some stuff.
Right.
All 2025 stuff. So as of right now, my year is done. I don't got nothing in the books for the rest of the year. So I had a great year, 2024. Thank you for being a part of it, Chase Sims. You know, on the managerial standpoint and as a friend. You
definitely
know,
a friend first.
You held me down this year in a lot of different situations. So I appreciate you. Saturday, you held me down. You know, we had some technical difficulties. I'm not gonna say it on the air, but
I got you.
I had a long day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But appreciate you, you know, holding me down. Shout out to my cuz Omar for holding me down, man. Had a tough weekend, man, but you know, we here to keep going. You know what I'm saying? This is what the culture is about. Today is a very important episode. You know what I'm saying? And this episode is for the culture.
I agree. Because
the culture is going to need to hear some of these responses, opinions, statements, stories. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we're going to give our engineer the heads up. We might go a few minutes over today. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we needed this. And this special guest has not been on the Fix Show since the beginning of the Fix Show. So
at DTF?
No, I'm talking about 2015, 16, 17.
Yeah,
around
but at
there.
DTF, got it.
Yeah, you know, so shout to Mark, shout to DTF, you know what I'm saying? So it's been a minute, but he's been a supporter of the platform for a long time, since the beginning. He's been a supporter of me and my DJ career, a lot of advice given. You know, we're not gonna waste no more time, man. Special guest in the building today is the one and only world DJ champion, the executioner, the heavy hitter, Mr. Boogie Blind, man. Let's get some claps, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Trase. Thank you, Chase. What's up, y'all?
What's up, man?
This is like we just, you know,
man. But,
on the block talking.
Man. But you know, before we get into the actual interview, I got a story to tell. I told you this outside, and this story, this story is going to express how much respect and admiration I have for you, man. You know what I'm saying? So the story starts with, the story starts like this. I promised you some bottles. I promised you a pair of sneakers for a long time already.
Yeah.
You know, since I got with the new company.
Yeah.
And, you know, our schedules just have not matched. Am I right?
Yeah, and we talk Nick's banter on Facebook.
Yeah. And yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, I promised you. I said, you know what? I can't bring it to this event because you invited me out to the Pioneer events, which I appreciate. Thank you.
Oh, man.
I said, yo, you want me to bring you everything today? You said, no, let's just bring it to the show. I said, cool, right?
Yeah,
so yesterday I went to storage. I didn't have your size in storage. Let me just tell the story, and then you can say whatever you want to say. I didn't have your size in storage. So then I made a call. They said yes. I woke up today. I didn't care about the weather, but it was raining. I didn't care about the weather. I woke up, and the first thing I did was I grabbed my electric scooter. I went to the Avia office.
Wow.
I picked up your gift
Wow.
in the rain.
Wow.
I only had my North Face jacket on, which was waterproof. I didn't have the pants. And here's the story. So while I'm going to the office, it starts pouring and pouring. I had my laptop with me in my waterproof bag. I was ready to go from the office to the studio. I got drenched. My pants got drenched. I was scared about my laptop. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had a waterproof bag. I got your sneakers.
Thank you, Trase.
I got your sneakers. Hold on. I got your sneakers. Okay. I said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to make it to the studio with what I'm wearing. And now I'm scared about my laptop, even though I have a waterproof bag. So I took the sneakers. I had the bottles, the sneakers, and my bag with me. I had 3 bags with me in the rain. Yeah. Had a lot of stuff with me. Yeah. So I said, you know what? I got the sneakers. Let me take the sneakers home to try to salvage them because, you know, it's a cardboard box. So I did everything in my power to cover it. I ended up taking a cab because I knew I wasn't going to make it home without being drenched in the scooter.
Right.
So I got home. I paid the $20, got home. I threw on my North Face pants to match the jacket, so now I'm good. So now I'm warm. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know, I got my boots on. The laptop made it to my house. I saw a little water on the bottom, but I said, you know what? This made it.
Did you turn on the laptop and make sure it worked? Is the question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so it's good.
That's the real question.
So I said I got to go home just to bring the laptop. Mm-hmm. So then I went home, left the laptop, made sure it was working. I covered up your sneakers again with plastic, with everything. I said, these sneakers are going to make it to the studio.
You know what, man?
You know what I'm saying? So the moral of the story, because, you know, our video's been getting a little traction.
Yeah, for sure.
The moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, if you respect somebody, if you got love for somebody, if you got admiration for somebody, you appreciate somebody, always keep your word at any cost.
Absolutely.
And here goes.
Thank you.
The box made it. It's a little, you know, it's a little beat up.
Listen, bro.
But the box made it.
Oh, he
the
got
sneakers
the chocolate
is here.
and vanilla.
You feel me?
Throwbacks.
Here is, I got goosebumps. Here is
man.
your gift.
Let me tell you something, Trase. I appreciate
Old school
you,
80s
man.
crack era shit.
Yes. Yo, Trase.
Pair of Avias for you.
Thank you. And thank you for
the box made it.
And thank you. And let's be clear. I know you're not.
I put my scooter on the line.
I know you're not with the other company, but I still have the Ewings you got me. Thank you for those.
Appreciate that.
We just want to put that out there.
I put my scooter on the line.
Yo, bro, those are fire.
I put my laptop on the line.
I know, bro.
But wait, I'm not done.
You can't put the laptop on the line ever again, bro.
I promised you something. This is something that you haven't tasted. This is the brand new whiskey from Sovereign Brands, Black Bottle Boys. This is a Scotch. So I got you your kicks and your bottles like I promised.
So is that my girl?
Whether
you know, she be checking in. She's like, alcohol, fuck you.
Whether it's you know, raining, snowing, here is your gift.
Thank you so much, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I kept my word.
Thank you, Trase.
At all costs.
Thank you, Trase. Thank you.
You know, my scooter probably fucked up, but I did it.
It didn't look like it because the way you were wiping it down and you had like this whole method.
Yeah, we good. But
when I walked in, he was wiping off this, and he had this whole method, like so his shit can be.
No, but it was you. It was you, Boogie Blind. Chase know me. If it was somebody else, they wouldn't probably have to wait.
I appreciate it.
They probably would have had to wait.
This means so much, bro. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Crazy, bro. Like,
I went to the office to get these.
I thank you so much, bro.
Okay.
Thank you, and I just want to let you know. Thank you for the bottle. Thank you for this. Like this is like, I'm like really looking at my childhood right here, bro. Like,
right.
This is like
80s.
Come on, man.
Shout out to Avia Legacy for making it happening for me. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
out to Avia Legacy. Shout out to DJ Trase.
Shout out to Dex.
Shout out to
Chase.
Fuck is they talking about?
Yeah.
Appreciate that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So
emotional right now, bro.
Moral of the story. Young people out there, always keep your word, man, at all costs. It don't matter what it is, because the relationship is more important than anything that's monetary or that could be fixed or repaired.
Right. Can I add to that point?
Go ahead, man.
Listen, man. I understand there's a sneaker culture going on out here, and I understand there's a generational gap and all this stuff. And I saw something today that might be interesting to you. I seen somebody say, this person couldn't have been no more than 25 years old, too, because this is why you don't pay attention to shit like that. Yo, I don't understand how y'all wear Asics and New Balance and yada da. I say, yo, bro, this is going out to all my young people out there. Just because you have a pair of Jordan 1s
does not mean you're a sneakerhead.
Or Dunks.
Right.
And personally speaking, because they reissue them now, it's probably how you'll be able to get them, because I know that's how I'm going to get them, because the OG red and black pair going for like 40, 50 grand, and then you put them on and they disintegrate from 88. So that's why they're retro on them in February.
Right.
And then you have to have a pair of them.
Talk about it.
So if it's not, you know, like just because you got 13 pairs of Jordan 1s of the colors that don't matter does not mean you're a sneakerhead, bro.
Right.
You gotta have a pair of Avias. Now those are tough to get, but being that
you gotta have British Nikes, you gotta have LA Gears, you gotta have Diodoras, you gotta have you gotta have
a pair of City Wings. Why not?
Pumas, the old school with the straps, which I got. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a whole lot of different variety in your arsenal.
Being that you've been working these brands, I'm surprised you haven't worked with Lotto yet, because I see Lotto's doing a rebrand.
I haven't got there yet. But I was, if you remember, cause I know our friendship goes that far.
Yes.
I was part of the relaunch in 2012 of
the
Etonics.
Yeah, the Etonics, okay.
The Elijah ones.
Elijah ones, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I was part of Etonics, Sneaker Beast, all that for a little while. You know what I'm saying? So I was part of that relaunch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, you gotta have the joints. You feel me?
About Etonics, bro.
Yeah. So let's do the proper intro now that my story is said. You know, but this is how much respect I got for you, man. We made it.
No, thank you so much.
Everything made it here.
So much.
We here.
Thank you.
The one, the only, the heavy hitter, the executioner, the DJ champion, the world DJ champion multiple times.
Well, just one time world champion. We're not gonna exaggerate.
You a champion multiple times.
Champion multiple times, world champion one time.
Yes.
I don't want to start.
You know what I'm saying? The one and only
People be like,
DJ Boogie Blind is here, man. We really gonna talk about some cultural shit today, man.
You heard, I heard
What's
scratching in the background.
Yeah, we got a little sound effects for you, man.
He's on
What's
top
up?
of the top.
Boogie Blind.
Yo, what's up, Trase?
You look good, man. You look healthy.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying?
You know, thank you for the bottle of
whiskey, Deacon. Yeah,
Deacon whiskey.
Yeah.
I have been sober for the last 3 years, so
great. That's a great thing, man. Put the claps on again, man.
Thank you. Yeah, man. Sober 3 years, no cigarettes, no liquor. That was like the joke of the night Monday night.
Right.
And yeah, man, because the bar was open, and you know I'm usually like terrorizing open bars,
Terrorizing,
from the rip. What you want? What you want? You know, tip the whole bar.
We had soda.
Like, this guy's a nice guy. Like, you know, we're coming back.
We had soda.
Coming back.
We had soda.
I had fucking Liquid Death, the big ass.
Well, I remember me and you
and
had
we
soda.
had one joke. Yeah, and I spit this. I was laughing at a joke, and I spit the ginger ale out.
He spit.
Yeah, my bad. That was some bullshit.
Towards the back of my neck.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, you know what? This Boogie Blind, I'm going to let him rock
This
with
at the Pioneer
I'm going to let this go.
Yeah, that was some bullshit. Like, I don't know how that happened. I was like, yo, I'm going to like.
But babe, I was drinking soda.
I can't even handle ginger ale. Like, this is crazy.
Right.
But,
it's crazy.
Boogie Blind, man, I got to say this, man. Like, you're like part of the heartbeat of the DJ culture, man.
I appreciate
you know what I'm
that,
saying?
man.
And you're one of the guys who continues to help, you know, push the culture forward. You're a pioneer in a lot of different ways.
Thank you, man.
You know, and I just want to get your story out there to the young generation. You know what I'm saying? The people
wait.
who
Before you do that, can Boogie Blind introduce himself to the people that's watching?
go
Hey, what's going on? We're live on the Fix Show right now, right?
Right.
I'm with my man Chase and DJ Trase, right? These guys are really putting it on for the city. And, you know, I've been around a lot of people, and I've heard a lot of bullshit, and I'm like, you can't say that shit around me because they never did no bullshit to me. And, you know, that's how the industry is. You know what I'm saying? The industry will say some shit like that, and I just want to put this out here. Like, you just can't talk crazy about my peoples around me. And that's the way it should be.
We appreciate that.
But outside of that, I am the Vestex 2001 World Champion, 2002 DMC Atlanta World Champion, Lincoln Park DJ Battle, whatever you want to call it, man. Shade 45 on Wednesdays with Lord Sid. Shout out to Lord Sid. We've been rocking. Honestly, bro.
Who you DJ for? Give some, come on, man. Give some stuff out there, man.
I can't even remember.
Give some info out there.
I mean, sometimes I go out on the road on my own. Sometimes I go on the road with Pharoah Monch. Sometimes I go on the road with DITC. Sometimes I go out with Lord Finesse. Sometimes, you know, in the past I've done shit with like El Varner, Fat Joe. When Rock Rated died, God bless his soul, I took over and I rocked with Busta Rhymes for a minute. I did. It's just a lot of things I've done, and a lot of things I stepped back from because I just felt like I wanted to be my own person, and I couldn't, sip the juice, man.
Right.
I just couldn't do it.
Right.
And a lot of people, you know, I had somebody say to me, man, you should have somebody speak for you. I'm like, yeah, as far as like getting gigs or, you know, pumping me up or whatever, because I never really had like
PR, booking agent.
I've never had a booking agent. I've never had a manager. I've never had any
PR,
of these
none of
things.
that, yeah.
It's just all been relationships and, you know, just being at the right place in the right time. And during those times, that was the thing to do. And I just I don't know, man. It's just different now that you gotta do 13 things other than DJ.
Right.
And it's crazy because you have to adapt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's marketing, whether it's promoting yourself, whether it's knowing about equipment, whether it's troubleshooting, whether it's you still gotta use your brain in other capacities than putting two songs together. So, you know, I don't know how I lasted this long, but what I will say is 80% of the time, I'm usually DJing with people 10 to 15 years younger than me. So you have no choice but to learn. Right. I mean, I've been in situations where I've DJed with my peers and people older than me, and you know, as I entered the OG stage, because I'm not fucking 25. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the thing in those two spaces is that I learned so much from the younger people. I learned a lot from older people too, but I also feel like there's like there's like a split in between those generations.
There's a void.
Yeah, no, and you know, trying to bring them together is one thing, but just trying to get them to understand that we both need each other is the common goal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's the bigger picture that's not being seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So let's go to the first.
Let's go back and just for the record, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people who may know me from my executioner background and doing DJ battles and being a part of the battle community. But at that same time, when I was coming up doing that, you know, shout out to my man Sean C. Execution is my Execution family tree. One half of the legendary production crew, Grind Music. You probably played some of those songs. But the thing was, when I was battling, I was doing Lotus. I was doing Speed. I was doing Exit. I was doing Envy. I was doing Sessas. I was doing what do you want to call it? The shit downstairs, Octagon, and all these other places, you know. And a lot of people just overlook that fact. And it's like, yo, I party rock too. Like, this isn't just, I'm not just going to come to your party and play Gangstar and fucking.
Okay, so.
I love Premier. Premier's my guy.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
we
don't want to, you know what I mean? We just, because, you know, sometimes people take that shit wrong.
Right. So let's do this
Recipes
because I really think this is an important episode. You know what I'm saying? We think it's an important episode, especially for the younger culture. So let's start from the beginning. Okay. And this is a multiple multiple part question.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's tell the new viewers who are the Executioners,
Okay.
how you became a part of the Executioners,
Okay.
and let's talk about a little bit about your relationship with Rock Raider.
Okay.
So let's start there.
So
Who are the Executioners?
So basically, the Executioners were originally called the X-Men, and once business came involved and they got like deals, like they were like the first group to
Early
DJ group to get a record deal.
Early 90s?
Well, no, late 90s. Early 90s, they had a independent deal at Asphodel, which was their first album. Then the second album, Sean C., who was again a part of our family tree and an original member of the X-Men, very important person in the business. He actually shopped for them to get the deal at Loud because at the time he was the A&R at Loud, which had Wu-Tang Clan, Big Pun, Mobb Deep, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And this is real quick. I'm sorry to. I just want to make sure we get every little piece of information for the people.
Absolutely.
So this was before DJ teams were popular. This is before the heavy hitters. This is before the Union. This is all way before that.
So
right?
the Executioners were birthed, to my knowledge, the Executioners was birthed because of their leader at the time, one of the, the innovator of the beat juggling style, Steve D, the original Executioner of the X-Men, and, from with Steve D, you had DMD, you had Sean C, you had Rob Swift, you had Rock Raider, you had Johnny Cash, you had Sean C, and then there was a few other people that were involved behind the scenes that were helping the X-Men grow. And at that time, they were entering battles like the Superman battle or the New Music Seminar. So a lot of the times, my big brothers were feeling that they were getting jerked. And they were just like, and we just lost our big brother, but they felt that Clark Kent and them was jerking them every time they got in a battle, so they was like, fuck the Superman, so we becoming the X-Men. And that's no disrespect to Scratch, Richie Rich, Clark Kent, the late Clark Kent, or whoever
Rest
else
in
was
peace,
down,
Clark
Plastic Man. That was an era. That was a time, like, that was like a lifestyle. So Steve got big, and, as you can see the legendary video from Video Music Box, he was cutting friends and all that stuff. He actually gained traction, and he started making money, like running around with Teddy Riley and Rex and Effect and Luke and shit like that. So he was touring. And another member of ours, Diamond, again, at that time, he was running around like with Prince and shit like that. So those guys were giving us like templates of like, oh, you can do your parties, you can still be dope in your hometown, but there's a whole world out here. You know what I'm saying? They were like the beginning stages of showing everybody that you can actually make a living off of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, Raiders doing well, Sean and Jerry started doing beats, you know what I'm saying? They started doing their thing, and Raider was determined to win a championship. And at that time, he was already DJing for Show and AG and Cool G Rap and Artifacts and all that shit that was happening at the time, as well as doing his own gigs. And along with Rob Swift and everybody as well. And shout out to Total Eclipse and Mr. Sinister and Precision and everybody. But as time goes on, Raider wins the Worlds, and everything just starts moving, and everything just starts becoming, everybody's learning how to make money in the business. Like it became a business now. It's not saying everybody didn't have passion or nothing like that, but
it became a monetary situation.
Yeah, you find a way it's a job. Like, you find a way how to work. So, and how I got into that was Raider just was like, I had won a couple of battles. Like, I stunk it up in a few battles. Let's not get that twisted. Like, I got booed and all type of shit like that. And then I finally started getting better, and I won like 1 or 2 battles. And then Raider came to my crib like, yo, you want to fucking sit in your room all year to practice for like 6 minutes just to be on stage, or you want to make some fucking money? I said, I want to make some motherfucking money. I'm weak. You know what I'm saying? He gave me an opportunity. And at first, I wasn't DJing. I was just like, all right, I'm hooking up the equipment. I'm making sure their needles is right. I'm doing anything,
the technical stuff.
Anything that I had to do to just, be down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that just turned into other opportunities, and I never looked back from there. And it's like I owe Raider a lot, because Raider introduced me to the business. Like, I was already DJing. I was already like prior to me meeting Raider, like Raider moved to my block when I was about like 11 or 12. But prior to Raider moving to my block, my uncles and them were like the guys. Like, you see the Kingdom now, where I'm from, the Kingdom was the Kingdom, but prior to that, during the 80s, it was like 4 times, like, it was just crazier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, between all Harlem drug dealers and shit like that, like, 55th was cool, Rucker was cool, but it wasn't like King Towers. And my uncles and them had all the fucking equipment. Like, my mom was getting money. My mom's brought all the equipment. My mom's was getting guap. My uncle ain't had no fucking money. Like, all the bullfrogs.
What type of equipment? What type of equipment?
The bullfrogs, the fucking amps, the bottoms, the tops, all the records Flash had, all the records Hollywood had. Like, my uncle ain't had no money.
Type of turntables.
Like, the belt drives. You know what I'm saying? Technique belt drives. And then
Analog joints.
And then when the hot shit came out, my mom's had the guap. They went and had 1200s. Like, I was spoiled. Like, I was doing that shit like as a little, like so, brushing your teeth.
So what age did you start DJing?
I would say about like 5.
Okay.
Like literally 5.
And like, who put it in your hands?
My uncle. This is his 1-year anniversary. He just died last year. And shout out to everybody at Western Kentucky. Thank you. Shout out to everybody at Western Kentucky University. They named the scholarship fund after him. And that was funny. He died on his way during the first, which is crazy. But yeah, he put the bug in my ear, and he was really talented. And he was a really dope DJ. And then there was a point where he just got frustrated with how, niggas were suckers. And then he just started going down the house lane, and then he introduced me to the house. So back in the days, like, a lot of, like, the drills I used to get, like, all right, if you want to fucking play Dougie Fresh the Show and fucking all these block party hip hop records, you got to learn how to play these records, which is like Duran Duran, Talking Heads, this, that, and the third, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper. You got to learn how to play all these freestyle records. You got to learn how to play, you have to learn how to play everything in order to just touch the set. You can't touch the set and just think you're just gonna come up here and fuck up my needles with all the scratching shit. Right. Because I was amazed by seeing that in the parks, and it's like, and now I have a deeper appreciation for all of that music. Right, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there.
So what age did you join the Executioners?
I would say that was like 2002. Like, they had like some contractual obligations that needed to be filled. A couple of members disappeared from the scene and wanted to do their own thing. And DJ Precision and myself, shout out to Precision, they gave us a chance to, fill in that void. And I thank Rock Raider for that. And that was, the beginning of me, like, my first fucking run was like anger management. Like, we did every fucking arena. Like that was crazy. Like from off the block.
Right.
I'm gonna go get a chopped cheese. Now we going to get a fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. We're chilling with Eminem, and Ludacris had his crew before made his resurgence as 2 Chainz, and you had God Bless the Soul, Saphir. They had a group out where it was Exhibit, him, and Razzcast. They was calling themselves the Golden State Warriors at that time. And then you had, it was just a lot. You had Linkin Park. You had Linkin Park wasn't until it was Papa Roach, but that's how we got big when we did the song with Linkin Park. And I was able to go to that video shoot because I still was like the roadie at that time. So shout out to my man Good Time, shout out to Marshall, shout out to everybody that was with us that was along the way as far as helping and being behind the scenes.
So what was that feeling for you when you first came around it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that experience like? Because be new.
I was always around Raider because Raider lived 1 floor under me, like, after he moved on my block. You know what I'm saying? And then Raider would, like, try to come to your house, and that was the thing back in the days. I'm gonna just jack you for some records. He was doing like the gambling spot, cocaine spot, Sal's up the block. They're playing Anita Baker records and shit. So he used to come and try to jack my shit. You let him hold your record. You know what I mean? So that was just what it was. And then Raider was just Raider introduced me to that style of DJing because they were having like meetups at his crib. And the thing about the Executioners was they just kick you out. If you wasn't down, You gotta get the fuck out. We don't want you can't see the source, this and that. And that's probably why I have that attitude, or why I come for DJs when they biting and shit and all that other shit, because that's just my nature. Like, I don't know no better than to be creative.
It's your background. That's how you
that's
came
just
up.
what it is. I'm competitive.
It's
like
automatic.
It or not. Yeah, it's like it or not. Like, I'm a battle DJ. Like, in my mind, I'm still trying to be as clean as possible and still look you in your eye and have fun and still be entertaining without being corny.
So did you know it would make the impact it did?
During the time when they got their first record deal, I was like, holy shit, these motherfuckers got a record deal. It wasn't like on a major label. And at that time, I still was like living the hoop dreams fantasy, trying to play ball and all that shit. That's actually where my name comes from.
Right.
And shout out to the whole Riverside.
You nice.
I mean, you can ask. I mean, them days are long behind me. Like,
Right.
I was a point guard, so
Right.
in my era, I still think is the best era of basketball in the city.
Right.
Like, I done played against everybody. Like, shout out to whoever, everybody in Brooklyn. They used to chase us out of Brooklyn. Shit, me? Throw the Duracell's batteries out. You beat niggas in Brooklyn. Like, you ever been to that park? Where's that shit on Flatbush? And it's all the way by nothing. They should have a tournament called.
He from Brooklyn. I don't know.
It's a Fila thing. I done played in a Fila thing. I done played in High Energy. I done played against Kenny King, Soul in the Hole. I did all that already. I played against Boogie. I played against Sherman Anderson. I played against Steph, his brother Zach. I played everybody. Like, that's, and we're not even gonna talk about Uptown.
That's different boogie blind. That's a different boogie blind.
Like the level of competition, like right now, like imagine if we had the option motherfuckers got now where you can actually get paid to play in college now. That's crazy.
Right.
But thank God for
That's
that.
a different boogie blind.
That's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, during that time, I was trying to obtain a scholarship to get the fuck out the hood, and Raider gave me an alternative that I've never looked back. And it's like, I know at times, this shit can get rough and you can have ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? And everything is not going to be as up as it is, and you have to find ways to create different streams of income, because let's just face it, the way shit is now is too saturated for you to just do one thing per se. But I also believe that if you just stick to what's best for you instead of trying to be popular, you'll have more longevity.
Right. So, we got a little insight on who Boogie Blind is, where he comes from, how he started. Let's get to the motherfucking interview.
I'm talking about like block parties at like 5 and 6.
Let's get to the
real park jams, Let's
get to the motherfucking interview now.
Let's get to it.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get to it.
Boogie Blind.
What's up, DJ
2024. What does Boogie Blind feel that the DJ culture is missing right now? And I'm asking you that because I'm asking you that because the DJ culture post-pandemic has changed drastically.
Well, I feel like.
So what does Boogie Blind think the DJ culture is missing right now in 2024 in this era of the DJ culture?
Missing is a very broad question, because there's so many variables of what's
we got
missing.
time. Talk about it.
Do we?
We got time.
All right. What's missing? Integrity is missing.
Okay.
That's just number one. Like,
what you mean by that?
They gotta stop eating dick, bro. Like, y'all gotta stop turning your fucking face to shit that's just not good. Period. Like,
give me an example.
Okay. Okay, for instance, there was a party I was booked for, and I'm not going to say any names because I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but I was watching this person DJ.
Keep it general. It's cool.
This person DJ, and this person had a person behind them picking the songs, selecting the songs, and actually mixing the songs for them, because while they were doing it themselves, it was like they were basically practicing in the middle of the party.
Right.
And I'm like, is this shit acceptable? Is that what we're doing?
Right.
The fuck is going on, bro?
So
is that the fuck?
You feel like the DJ culture right now is they need to practice on their own time.
He said integrity, so
it's not even practice. It's
but if you practice, then you should be able to play the game. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying. You gotta be prepared.
You shouldn't be in the booth with somebody selecting the songs with you and then guiding you like training wheels.
Right.
Basically, if you're not ready to be at a party, in a real party,
right.
Now I'm not talking about like
I've seen that with the so-called king. When motherfuckers were scared to be experimental and play Daddy Yankee and shit like that, they had motherfuckers behind them picking songs, and then they get on the mic and talk records like, I'm the king, I'm the fuck. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Right. Shut up.
So integrity, that's one of the things.
I mean, integrity is a motherfucker, but we're in a point at this DJ shit where motherfuckers is motherfuckers will turn their face just to make $1 or for a look so fast that the shit that actually matters is normal for it not to matter. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, for instance, here's a perfect example of what I'm saying. You could be a DJ in the club. Chase, you're DJing tonight. Right. You just did something and said a phrase on the mic and you dropped the song and this, that, and the third. Now, just because you're not DJing in this atmosphere or that atmosphere does not mean that the person that was standing there shazamming your shit all night, that's one thing, that's fine. But you're just gonna go and take my shit verbatim and do the same exact thing?
We've spoken about this before.
And then it's like, if you speak on it, it's like, yo, this nigga's broke, this nigga's drunk, this nigga's disgruntled, why he... It's
okay. Hold on right there.
I use my brain, you use yours.
Right. Hold on right there. Right. Does it matter if somebody takes... I'm just asking it because it's happened to me. Mm-hmm. Does it matter or does it change the scenario if the person who stole something from you live at the same party bigs you up?
No, that's bullshit.
So it don't matter whether they big you up or not.
First of all, imitation is not a form of flattery. But all these cliches out the window. Okay. I don't need your fucking flowers, nigga. Flowers don't pay no bills unless it's weed or you a fucking botanist and I'm getting some flowers for my girlfriend or my aunt or my grandmother, some shit like that. I don't need your fucking flowers, bro. Like
so
that
just
shit.
Don't steal shit.
That's come on, bro. Like. That's them cliche shits. Like that's the problem. Everybody want to think and sound like everybody else. Like that shit sounds cool. That shit doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna give you your flowers, nigga. What the fuck am I gonna do with your flowers, bro?
Right.
Respectfully.
Right. So, Boogie Blind, how do you prepare before you go on a show? Before you start DJing, like how do you prepare? What's the flavor?
Honestly, it depends on the situation because for those who do know me, I do a lot of different things, but to answer your question, and long story short, it depends on the where I'm going to be at and what's the vibe, because I always ask. I don't like going into stuff blindly nowadays because, it can get risky like that. But I try to make sure that I'm aware of what's going on now, because the classic shit, I could do that shit with my eyes closed, smoking a blunt on a fucking stationary bike. Right. But it's like, it's staying on top of the islands, whether it's Puerto Rico, whether it's Africa, whether it's Haiti, whether it's fucking Trinidad, whether it's fucking, you got to stay on your island shit. And me and Trase was having that conversation the other day. You can do a set in Queens, but that shit might not work in Brooklyn. Right. You can do a set in Brooklyn, but that shit might not work in Long Island. Right. You can do a set in Brooklyn, but that shit might not work in the UK. You could do a set in the UK, but that shit might not work in Brooklyn.
Or you could do a set in Flatbush, and it might not work in Crown Heights. So it just...
And that's around the corner.
Right.
So it's like, you got to know, especially with the girls, like, because they're like the A&R. They've been the A&Rs for the last 15, 20 years. Right. Whether it's the strip club culture or regular culture or whatever, they know what's hot, and you gotta kind of keep that in your arsenal. And then, it doesn't hurt to listen to your niece and nephew either. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to do your due diligence of trying to find the song clean or make your own clean, or just in case you got to do a corporate event. I mean, when the Trase was talking about that, but I usually try to prepare with just knowing. I got everything, so I'm not worried. And then you always got to play defense. For me, I love playing defense because, as I enter this OG stage or whatever, people are coming for you. Right. Like, hey, niggas don't give a fuck about no DJ etiquette. Oh, I'm gonna play the warm up shit. Niggas just trying to cut your head off, whether they're good or not. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be prepared for that. You got to know how to restart the party over and just be like, all right, we'll get back to that, but boom. You know what I mean? So that's, That's how you prepare.
So real quick, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You just made a comment on resetting the party and doing certain things in the club or in the party setting. I think this was a conversation between me and you, Chase, but I also think it was an online thing. I think we had an argument about this in the spot at
You guys
Contra.
argue? Oh my
Yeah,
God, I'll
we
pay
argue.
to see that shit.
We done
I'll pay
almost
to see
came to
that
blows.
shit.
We done almost
I'll
came.
pay to see
He almost
that
beat me
shit.
up. He almost beat me up.
Brooklyn almost came out. That's what
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we almost beat each other up. You know what I'm saying? So we had this conversation at the time about that there's no format now when it comes to multiple DJs on the same party, which we come from an era, me and you, Boogie Blind, we come from an era where there's an opening set, there's a mid set, and there's a closer. Young folks saying online, and we had this conversation as well, that doesn't exist no more. That people just come and they're going to play whatever records they want, and there's no format.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that part of the DJ culture now that doesn't follow the blueprint that we came up on?
And to add on to your point, not also necessarily following the blueprint, because that's kind of touch and go.
Right.
It's the getting online and popping shit, and you're not really dope, and trying to like create this narrative, because this is what they try to do now. Like, they create these narratives to try to eliminate the people that actually care about the actual craft of DJing,
right?
Like sounding good and not being a train wreck.
Right.
I mean, of course, you're not going to be perfect all fucking night. You're going to have a mistake, or somebody talking to you might hit the button, or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be like hot trash and then be getting on these platforms and then get put down in a crew, and the crew not even, like, niggas not even from the crew not going to check you. Like, this is the shit that I be talking about. And we're in an era where motherfuckers pacify motherfuckers, or motherfuckers look the other way for a look or a check, or because this person is hot in this region, or whatever the fuck it is. And it's like, bro, are you hearing what I'm hearing right now, bro? This is what we doing? Right. That's what y'all paid them. What? That's what y'all paid them.
One of the things,
that's what you paid her.
Real quick, but how do you feel about that part of the culture not being glorified no more? The opening, the mid, the close.
That shit is dub. That shit is a dub,
done?
bro. It's no more Martin Luther King, my nigga. It's Nat Turner. Off with your fucking head. I don't want to hear that etiquette shit, bro, because people, this is what I'm saying. First it was no DJ etiquette, because this is what they try to do. These are the narratives that they spin because they're just not talented. And that's what untalented people do. Most, not all. You know what I'm saying? They'll say, oh, this motherfucker scratched too much in the club. We were just talking about this. Yeah. This motherfucker scratched too much in the club. And then I look on that same person's Instagram, and this motherfucker's trying to imitate some shit that we was doing 15, like, nobody even does that shit anymore. You go from the original sample of Running into Farside. Why would you talk about scratch DJs when us scratch DJs made that possible for you? You didn't even know anything about that. Right. That's our bop. And now it's like, you know, you got all these Patreons and people that make edits, and now that it's not, you don't have to do everything yourself. Like, you could just buy a pack of edits and let it play, and now people think they're on your level or they're equal to you, and it's like, yo, bro, you finished, you done with your set, you got it out your system, because now I'm gonna show you why I don't have to play those records, and I'm still gonna smoke you.
Right.
That's the attitude you gotta have. Like, fuck all this. I want to be cool with everybody.
So
I don't want to be cool with everybody. Like, not on a disrespectful way, but just like on the set. Like, it's too many people getting away with murder that be doing all this, and because they're connected to this person or they know that person, they continuously get away with it. Nigga, you whack. I don't give a fuck. Like, what you gonna do? Beat me up? Nigga, because niggas will criticize you. Niggas will critique your whole set, critique the way you dress, critique your sneakers, critique your this, critique your that. Bro, but you just cleared the dance floor.
So maybe they just lack skill, right? The technical skill of it.
It's not about skill.
Okay.
We're not talking about skill. Skill ain't got shit to do with it. Skill ain't got nothing to do with you playing a bunch of songs to make people dance. That is a skill per se. Like, not that I'm I got the know-it-all answers, but to what he's saying, about this, you got to be the opener and you got to do this. Like, I still see some of my peers try to enforce that rule. I've even seen some of my favorite DJs that I paid to go see, then I get a chance to DJ with them, and their manager comes up to me and give me a fucking double-page persuasive essay, outline, sub crate of, you can't play this record. You can't play no AV8 records, no Fat Man Scoop. You can't play no Breakbeats, this and that. You can't play no Rihanna. You can't play no Beyonce. Nigga. Really? Now I'm gonna do it. Now I'm just gonna be an asshole.
Right.
Okay.
I get it. I understand.
We got to, like, I can understand. I can understand if you had to carry those records to the crates,
Right.
and you had to save these records for prime time and this, that, and the third. Nigga, you got a whole computer now.
Right.
And you're trying to, like, limit me because of your fucking insecurity? Go fuck yourself.
So
Straight like that.
Let me ask you this, right? Like, is it harder to mix up today's music versus back in the days? Like, you know, because it's a certain sound you got when you DJ. And I was telling you about this in the beginning. Like, you speak through your music. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, do you feel it's harder now with the newer music, or you can still do it with today's music and the past music?
I think, and this is, I'm glad you asked that question, Chase. Seriously, because on a serious side, a lot of people are upset with me because I can play the new music, and it's like they feel that I've abandoned the real shit.
The culture.
Right?
Right.
And I'm like, if you really fuck with me, you know every week with the little opportunity, with the minimal amount of time and opportunity that I got from Sear and everybody at Shade 45, I should have been had a show by now. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not tripping. But I'll give you within, I only got a half hour. So the first at least 10 to 15 minutes, I'm giving you the newest shit that came out, like whether it's Griselda, whether it's Graph, whether it's this one, whether it's that one, like all of like the underground, like rapidy rap. And then after that, the last 15 minutes, I'll play everything that's hot in the streets, clubs, party, whatever. In a half an hour. You know what I'm saying? I don't get 2 hours or 3 hours or fucking this, that, and the third. So I do that all the time. But to answer your question, for me, for all the people that's out there making excuses, and because that's what motherfuckers do.
Right.
Oh, I don't listen to this, or I don't do all that scratching shit, or I don't play all that new shit. Nobody fucking asked you, bro.
Right.
The fuck? But to answer your question, I feel like playing the new music is for me. It's more challenging for me.
Right.
Because it's repetitive. Like I can do the 90s, I could do the early 2000s, I could do the 80s, I could do the 70s, I could do the 60s, whatever. But the newer music, I think is more challenging because you have to know when and how to cut those songs off. You have to DJ different in different areas when you play new music.
Right.
Certain places, they like you to quick mix it and play songs for 10 seconds. I'm not really a fan of that. But sometimes in certain places, that's what you have to do.
Right.
And that's the thing about understanding everything. Is like sometimes when I get booked for places, I'm somebody else. I'm not the Boogie Blind that people are used to. And here's an example of that. I did a hip hop party in Chicago. One of the people from Chicago not only said, yo, man, you getting selfish, bro. You ain't even doing Twitch no more. You don't DJ for the common folk no more. That shit kind of hit, right?
And you said it today, too, that you're going to get back on Twitch. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker came to New York to my Saturday party around Chase's Way, where it's just like straight NYU college students, whatever. It was like, blind, I didn't even know you can play this type of music. This was kind of cool, but I was expecting something else. I was like, well, what you think I'm supposed to play on a Saturday night?
No,
what do you expect me to play on a Saturday night? Like, where can you go in New York City on a Saturday night that's not this imitation Japanese style all vinyl spots where you're gonna hear real stuff? Like, where?
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you from experience, man. I think one of the most, and I'm gonna use this word because that's what it was for me. I think one of the most terrifying parties I've ever DJ'd was DJing next to Boogie Blind. I was terrified. And this was at his residency. You know what I'm saying? We just spoke about this like 2-3 years ago.
Man.
This is his residency, and I was terrified, bro. I didn't, because I used to open up for Boogie Blind back in the day, certain parties, you know what I'm saying, Harlem, whatever.
And what I say to you every time, yo, go, nigga, don't hold back.
Yeah.
What you
But
waiting
this
for?
was different. So this was 2-3 years ago.
Even before that, when he mentioned
but
what he just said,
listen.
when I got there, I was like, well, what are you holding back for? Go, nigga,
Right.
go, play.
I'm gonna tell you, right? So it was terrifying because
it's enough music for everybody.
No. It wasn't about the music. It wasn't about the music. You know what I'm saying? Because I have the catalog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have a catalog, and I have the experience. But when you're DJing next to a person like Boogie Blind, it's different.
Yes,
it's not. It's different. You have to be on point. You're representing him. You're at his residency, his house. His wifey's there. His people's there. You're a guest. You know what I'm saying? And I went in there with a certain plan, but I'm the type of DJ, you know me, I don't go with plans. I just go what's right here and what's here and what I see. You know what I'm saying? So in the beginning, I try to do the prepared thing and, you know, whatever. And then I was just like, you know what? This is not me. We had a couple drinks. Boogie Blind was like, yo, go in. And that's when I started to just be me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I felt more comfortable, and I started to do more. I started to explore more.
I would have been upset with you if you was doing different, because I would rather you do you. Like, I heard Boogie Blind play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would like to hear Boogie Blind play, and then I want to hear Trase play.
Yeah.
You
know what happened? I'm gonna tell you why he's saying this.
He was trying to be clean for you. He was
No. And that could be true.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like,
Go ahead, say it.
I feel like I think I weirded him out because him and his girl walked in like, what the fuck is this nigga playing? And people are jamming. And he was like, yo, that's the Moombahton shit I was talking about. And this is what I was talking about. I was like, yo, look, I'll play all this shit. Don't worry about it. Just have fun and do what the fuck you want to do, because that's why I do my monthly party, because, one, the people in there don't give a fuck about if I did execution, this heavy hitters.
Right.
They just know the tall black guy is going to play some good music, and he always brings somebody that's dope.
Right. But tell them what happened. Tell them what happened in that.
So now, I guess Trase had his spinach. Now he's on the mic. He's yelling and screaming like the Trase that I know. And I'm like, I say, yo, Trase, I'm going to go smoke this joint, bro. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Right? I said, I'm just going to, maybe if I just walk away, he'll turn into, but it wasn't like he wasn't being himself. I understand what he was saying, because, you know, sometimes, and this is another thing that people need to understand, just because the spot is not all urban does not mean you have to run to your white set.
Right.
But what I liked about what he was doing is that he was being himself. You know, Trase likes to talk. Trase likes to introduce. Trase likes to fucking, you know, engage.
Right. You so for me, like, that's one thing I really like about real DJs. You know what I'm saying? And when I say real DJs, it's like being you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, like, you just playing songs, cool, next, but you don't have no identity. Like, you know, we can't say that's you. You know what I'm saying? You got that from somewhere. We can hear you got it from somewhere. But, like, again, like, that's why I like Trase so much. And then when I built my relationship with him, but then at the birthday party, that, like I said, that just showed me a whole different culture. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 31, I soon turn 32. And like, you know, I come from the college scene, like regular parties.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Fraternity, because I'm a new, you know, it's a different culture for me. But then when I got into nightlife, like, I was more so in the city, you know what I'm saying? And had little one-offs as well at like local spots, whatever. And we play for our specific crowd. Right? Which is like, you know, twerking and, you know what I'm saying? Like, dance, a different type of dancing. But then when I came around this, it felt like you wanted to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, being at his birthday event, it was like you wanted to listen to the DJs because they actually was educating you through their music. And that's what I really loved about that birthday event the first time.
And I constantly asked Trase, I said, you sure you don't want me to turn up, Trase? You know, because I'm like, where are we going with this? Nah, I need you to do Park Jam. Old school, you know how Trase is. I need you. That's what I need. I don't want to hear none of that shit from you, Blind. I don't care.
Right. So when I was there, it was like, cause like, you know, like doing parties and like, you know, like I've been around music and DJ so much. When I came there, I literally saw a different element. You know what I'm saying? The speaking through the music, the way y'all was like cutting and blending. I'm like, hold on, like this is just a different party now. You know what I'm saying? You understand the culture, and that's where I started learning the culture. So I'm gonna give you flowers on that, Trase. You know what I'm saying?
And that goes back to his question. That's what's missing now, because when we were coming up, and this is not about.
I like how you did that. I like how you brought it back.
This ain't like, yo, we're back in the days, yo, when I was. This isn't that. We're talking about when you came out to a party in New York, right? And this is before bottle service and Bungalow 8 and Marquee, and where people started to dictate what New York's supposed to sound like and forcing you to like DJs that's whack. That's right. That's a whole nother conversation.
The space is not
safe.
That's
a whole nother conversation. But to go back to what you're saying, that's what's missing, because you heard freestyle, you heard house, you heard reggae, you heard calypso. You know, you heard, maybe back then it might have been salsa, or it might have been El General, the early stages of reggaeton, or whatever when we were coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you heard all of that in the party. You had to wait for it.
Right.
You couldn't just be annoying, like, with the fun effects. I want to hear this right now, and this and that. And I have a problem with that, because that self-entitlement, people can lie and manipulate that shit and fuck up your bag because they feel entitled. And I hate to say another cliche phrase, the customer is not always fucking right.
Right.
He's not. She's not.
Right.
We got to get that cliche shit out, bro. Like, that shit is just like killing a lot of shit.
But we have these conversations, and sometimes it turns into debates and arguments. But
as it should, because it's different eras.
But I'm gonna say this, Boogie Blind, and this is just to show respect to Chase. Like, I was thinking one-sided before I met Chase. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking
what side
one
was
side.
that?
I was. I'll be honest. I was really against the new wave that was coming in of DJs and partying, and I was against it. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't necessarily the music; it was the environment.
Just the way the whole party culture was going, I was totally against it. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing these type of parties. I'm gonna have to do this. But when I met Chase, I learned a different part of the business. You know what I'm saying? I learned how the younger folks were doing it. I learned about what they liked, how they like it. I understood why they were speeding up all the songs. They would take, Can We Talk, that's 85 or something like that, BPM, and put it into like 95. And I would understand certain things, even though I still to this day dislike all that, because it takes away the integrity of a song. But
if they're going to do that, keep the fucking cliff note on, bro. Tevin Campbell should not be sounding like a Just Blaze sample in the club, bro.
So
keep the fucking cliff note on, bro.
We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. But
I sound grumpy because I know people.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We want you to be who you are.
This is the culture.
Yeah, we want you to be who you are. So I learned a lot about DJing in a younger party scene through Chase, and I appreciate that. I learned a lot. But they also learned from me.
Absolutely.
His crowd also learned from me. The DJs learned, certain things.
Absolutely.
But I'm still on some shit like, why you playing that song 10 BPMs above the original? Okay. Now, for me, it's like, I've always said this, and you could correct me if I'm wrong or give your opinion. If you transitioning in or out, or you doing a blend live, then I could understand why you mess with the pitch levels to a certain extent and then bring it back to the original or 3 But I was always taught that over 3 BPMs under or over the song, it just takes the integrity off the song, right? If you're playing the whole song. But if you transitioning or blending, then you do what you got to do your blend or your transition. You know what I'm saying? Am I right or wrong?
No, I agree with that, and I also feel that we're in an era of technology where you can literally force shit to mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can press this on the CDJ, keep the shit locked, and you can press it. It won't sound out of key. It won't sound whatever. But I feel like that's more so with housey shit, but people do it with hip hop and R&B and reggae.
Oh, come on. Can We Talk? That shit sounding like, come on, man.
But I'm just saying, if the cliff note is not on, I have a problem with when you're speeding the record out. It's like, you might as well bring your records out if you're going to do that, bro. Like, what's the purpose of you hooking the computer up? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You know, but that's to each his own, I guess.
Right. So you know, I just got to give props to him because I learned a lot about the new culture of partying, clubbing, lounging, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
But you want to know what's so crazy? I never stopped doing parties, and people will never put a light on that when it comes to me. It's like, oh, it's just Boogie Blind, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm not as accessible anymore, because motherfuckers will put you in this box that you not even in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
because they so used to hearing you do a certain thing that they don't think that you can do
absolutely
anything else outside of that.
No, whatever they may know me for,
Right.
they think I haven't evolved. It's like
Right.
I honestly think I've been.
I feel like that about myself too.
I feel like we've been consistently doing things people can't do for a long time.
Yo, I'm gonna speak on that too, right? And I'm gonna come from a promoter side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We gonna get to those questions,
Right.
Yes,
But
please.
to add on
Fucking
to that,
promoters.
like, I've been bringing artists and guests and DJs and stuff out for a very long time, and I felt like during the time that I started doing that, other promoters and venues was not doing it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because their money was just coming from people. People just wanted to party at those spaces. So you didn't bring guests. You didn't introduce the audience to a new artist that's actually about to start coming up, or a new DJ or a different sound. You know what I mean? And another thing to add to that, where I want to take it back to, is like, I feel like there was a lack of mentorship or leadership, you know what I'm saying, for the DJ culture to continue the format in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like the education level of it, because people start learning how to DJ from seeing somebody or, you know, uncle or whatever, but when they go out in the field, like you said, they only know cut your head off, boom, 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 instead of following behind a DJ that's been doing it longer than you, that could teach you the etiquette of it, you know what I'm saying? And it'll put you on the right path, you know, to succeed.
Well, I mean, there's a gift and a curse with that, because, again, you know, we're in an era where a lot of the people who are DJing aren't really DJs.
Right.
So there goes that etiquette out the window.
Right.
And then because this person is popular or knows this person, or this person only cares about matching their fedora with the fucking the headphone wire.
Oh yeah,
like you know what the fuck are we
they're
doing?
basically content creators at this. Like they are, everybody's content creator.
And this is the problem I have with promoters. How the fuck can you not see that this is fucking clickbait, nigga? Like I don't give a fuck how many followers he has. I don't give a fuck how many fucking videos you made. You made 1,000 videos, and then when I book you in the club, you're trash.
And nobody's coming to see you because you don't have no identity.
It's not about coming to see you.
That's
not the DJ's job.
No.
That is not the DJ's job. I don't give a fuck if you put Camilo on a flyer. That does not mean people are coming out.
I agree, but hear me out real quick. I'm not saying,
you still got to do the work.
I'm not saying the part of people having to come out, but I think that for me as a customer or as a person that attends a party or something like that, if I heard Boogie Blind before, and I want to go to an event and I want that type of music, I'm coming to see Boogie Blind.
Right.
That's where I'm going at with the, you know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
No, but there's a difference. That's
yeah,
cool.
I'm talking about that
but
side.
But if the promoter
I'm not talking about that side.
But if the promoter is like, yo, Boogie Blind, Trase, I'm not going to book you unless you bring 50 to 100 people.
Right, that's a different conversation. But I'm
know what
also
I'm
talking
saying?
about
That
like
doesn't make any
DJs
sense.
have a sound, you know what I'm saying? And it's you. Like how we was taking it back to what we was talking about. So it's like you can't hear that through everybody.
Yeah,
like
that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So if I want to hear that, I should want to go see Boogie Blind at a Chase Sims party. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I heard it. You get what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
That makes sense.
But what I'm saying, the overall point of that question is there's a million motherfuckers trying to do the same thing and trying to take your attention away from people like us because we're not making 1,000 videos every day. Like, look at me. I'm so cool. I'm so fly. Look at my sneakers. Did you see that? Oh my God.
Right.
Nigga, like, that has nothing to do with the music.
Right. It's true.
Can you play the music? Yes or no? Do you have the songs at 1 o'clock?
Right.
That's it.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about your adventure.
So fuck that. We're going to come right back to that. So let's start with the DJ culture and the DJ groups.
Okay.
You're a part of a DJ group.
You're asking this, not me. I just want to get that out there.
Okay.
You are. No, I'm asking you. Boogie Blind, talk to me.
I'm with you.
Yeah, you heavy hitters.
Yeah, heavy hitters.
He's part of two. He's part of
whatever you want to call it.
Which one?
Heavy hitters,
Executioners.
executioners, blah blah blah.
So what was it like when it was like rivalries when you was an executioner with like the other DJ groups?
There wasn't no rivalries because
I heard about the Superman thing.
I was younger. I was still hooping, but I was Raiders' right hand when they were developing. So Steve D was kind of like the prophet, and everybody gravitated to that style he was doing, of beat juggling he was doing. And then there was people that were imitating, and then there was some people that were finding ways to manipulate it and progress. So as far as like rivalries, I never really had no rivalries.
Okay.
Like I when I came up and was doing DJ battles, it was me, Precision, my man Confucius, and my man Tragic, and maybe my man Super Dave.
And they were
Shout out to
friendly
Super
battles.
Dave. No. We took the executioner model of battling each other to practice. Like that was our thing. Like we battled each other and studied who we loved, but we never bit their shit. We just fucking elevated our shit. And that's what's missing. Motherfuckers would just blatantly bite your shit and be like, oh man.
What's the difference though? Well, how do you
the difference between like being a fucking carbon copy and just like
elevating it?
Admiring somebody and like learning from that to advance your game is two separate things. Like you can tell a biter straight up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can't because a lot of people aren't passionate enough to do the fucking research.
Right.
So how do you elevate it? How can you tell if you elevated something? Like give an example.
Example, when we were coming up, we used to watch the Allies. The Allies were like the king of the hill at that time, which was 8-Track, Craze, Clever, Developed, Spectacular. You know, they were this turntablist group. They were like the fucking superheroes of turntablism. Did we study all their shit? Yes. Did we love all their routines? Yes. Did we try to imitate them and learn how they did shit? Yes. But we never did that shit in public and just simply bit. That's how you do that.
So how did you elevate something?
We just became better at our craft by studying the shit that they do, but we didn't do what they did. We might have had hints of what they did, but we did it our way.
Okay, I get it.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, we didn't just blatantly take your shit.
All right, so here's my thing, right?
Like motherfuckers do in the club.
Right.
I can name 5 DJs
probably more
right now that, you know, and I know they're at the point in their career where they've done TV and they've done this and they've done that and they don't particularly care about that. But because they don't say nothing about that or they don't stand for that, that's why the shit continuously happens. It's a bad cycle. It's a bad cycle of turning the cheek and looking the other way for a look or a couple of dollars or hookah and a sandwich.
I could take the hookah.
And a Metro card swipe.
We get.
You know what I'm saying? You get 2 Metro card swipes and a turkey sandwich with no condiments. You don't even get no mayonnaise. You don't get no lettuce.
We get your opinion. You
no
know what I'm saying?
tomatoes.
We understand.
Come on, man.
So what is a turntablist?
A turntablist is a person who basically is like a master at manipulating, whether it's beat juggling, whether it's scratching, whether it's doing tone work, whether it's being wordplay, whether it's, and that's another thing that's fucking disgusting right now. It's just fucking disgusting. No, seriously, because, you know, and it's funny because we do shit and it's like, oh man, shit, yeah, that was cool. Somebody else do that shit. Oh my God, did you see that shit? And it's like, come on, bro. That be the dick eating I be talking about.
Pause right there. This is what I tell you. We had this conversation too. Like it's crazy how one DJ could play a song and people were like, oh shit, that's, whoa, party popping. A different DJ play the same song and they be like, nah, that ain't
I
work.
went through this.
You know what I'm saying?
I bullshit you not. That's probably why I don't do the strip club. This is probably why I don't do the strip clubs no more. Check this out, right? Okay. So I just came from down south. Mm-hmm. A certain person had me doing a strip club in Queens. I go to the strip club in Queens. I'm playing, niggas wasn't even up on the Meg Thee Stallion record yet. Mm-mm. I'm dropping Meg Thee Stallion. All of the girls in the club like, oh my God, oh shit, this is my shit, this is the shit I just heard. Every strip club is playing this record. Big Ol' Freak. The promoter comes up to me like, yo, man, we need that little baby now. I said, look at this girl, look at this. I said, check this out. Started from the top. The hottest ricket in the strip clubs across the globe.
Right.
And the girls are like, yeah. And I'm looking at the promoter like,
it's weird.
You don't know what you're talking about. You shouldn't be promoting, nigga.
So agreed. I agree because I get both sides.
There's no other side, bro.
I'm gonna put you on. Right quick.
There's no other side.
Hear me out. In today's market, right? Because the party scene is not like it used to be back in the days, right?
This is a strip club. This is not a party.
Well, same thing, right?
It's a strip club.
But this is what I'm trying to go with it. Like,
it's not the same thing.
Let me tell you. So if it's a strip club, if he gets Lil Baby, he feels like I'm gonna get some spenders. You get what I'm saying? Like somebody's gonna buy a bottle because Lil Baby is playing. If girls are shaking their ass, that's where your attention is gonna be. It's going to be to whining on a girl backing it up on you. It's a different type of scene. So I can understand that side of it.
This is what's happened when I'm playing this song.
Right.
But the fact that you don't know is not my fucking problem.
True, but I agree with you.
The
like,
end.
For me, for my parties,
because
I play
you
for
don't,
women.
because you don't, and that's exactly what I just did.
Right, but it's just like I said, his logic.
Because you don't know, it's not my fucking problem.
And you ain't doing his way
or
their way.
And he wants more money spent because you got to think about the bar deals. You know, people want to make money.
I'm playing the Megan Thee Stallion. The bitches is blowing hook in each other's mouth. They kissing each
listen
other.
to what he's saying.
What are you talking about?
They're having a great time, and that's what we love. But it's not making the money. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
he worried about the ball and what's being spent.
Right. That's what that.
Even though he booked you.
Obviously, if the chicks are kissing
having
each
a good
other
time,
and doing this, and motherfuckers are hovering over and throwing ones and throwing money in the air and this and that, isn't that the atmosphere of the strip club?
Yes, but you still need to spend money at the bar and get some bottles coming out.
Niggas was buying bottles.
But that's why he came to you.
I'm
pretty sure that's why he came to you, like, yo, we need that little baby now, because they need that in that strip club element. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear that, and at that time, Lil Baby didn't even have that many fucking records. He only had like 2 records. It was This My Dog, and you had Freestyle. None of that other shit was out yet. None of that other shit was out. NBA YoungBoy Diamond Samurai was getting more love than Lil Baby. So I'm like, I'm trying to understand why you're trying to like why you're micromanaging me, bro. Beat it.
Right, so my next thing on that is like,
I watched this nigga just do a whole Vado set because Vado was in the club. What the fuck does that got? What, you didn't say nothing to him?
So, all right, so before,
what are we talking about here?
So
that's what I want to know. What are we really talking about?
No, I agree with you.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a double advocate because I see it from both sides.
If I'm on top of my game and you not, that's not my problem.
Agreed.
That's not my problem.
Agreed. He playing for himself.
You don't know no better.
Yeah, he want music for himself.
Well, then you should be DJing.
He should be, but it is what it is. But
and this is why I don't live under a promoter's thumb.
Wait.
And I don't give promoters the access
right.
to fucking talk crazy to me because half of the time they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
But that's where I wanted to go with next, right? That's where I wanted to go next. So, what avenues or platforms you feel makes it safer for a DJ to be a DJ? And I asked that, and I'm gonna put this out there first to give you some more feedback and some, idea of where I'm going with it.
I feel like creating your own night, and that's tough nowadays.
Right.
I've been holding down a party for almost 3 years now.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
Salute.
You. No sponsor, no push, no nothing. Just organic.
The music that I want to hear, right?
It's organic.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not even about the
culture.
It's not even the music that I want to hear. It's pretty much open format.
Right.
But you're getting a little bit of everything. You're getting some old school, you're getting some classics, you're getting some reggae, you're getting some Spanish, you're getting some calypso.
I love that now. I got to go back to that.
That's the party.
No, but
when I don't want to hit this ain't Atlanta, and then it's not against Atlanta or the South because I hate when people generalize that. But I just don't understand unless it's the strip club.
Right.
I shouldn't hear trap music for 3 hours straight.
Right. So
unless it's the strip club.
I definitely just had this conversation with Trase recently.
It's no way.
I just feel like maybe the club scene is not.
It's an argument, actually, but go ahead.
Nah, we didn't have an argument about this.
Okay.
This one was about how I don't feel like, the club scene is allowing. Who we had? We had somebody, but we was talking about the club scene and the creative space. Oh, it was an argument. Because the DJs, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can't really play everything in a club.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So you need to be on Twitch or other platforms.
And that's another point of why I'm saying just because you're not on point and I am, that's not my problem.
But see, this is my opinion. You know, now this is my opinion. Not, you know, like, I feel like when you're at a party, yeah, yeah, the promoter's hiring you. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you, yo, this is how I want the night to kind of go, and you got to follow a certain format because you're being paid to do a job, right? You're being paid to do a job.
Yeah.
If he hires me to do an R&B party, 90s R&B, I'm not gonna play 2020 R&B. He just hired me to do a 90s R&B party. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but what happens when a revolving door comes in and they spending money? Because it's going to go back to the money, right?
Right.
Let's talk to the promoter. What happens?
I'm a different type of promoter, though.
That's not what I asked you.
It's true, though.
What? That's not what I asked you. What happens at your 90s R&B party
that you promoted.
And
the flyer says 90s.
And the flyer says 90s.
Else.
And the people come in, that's the money, the niggas with the bag and all this other bullshit that's going on, and they're spending the money, and they're like, yo, bro, I want to hear the fucking Lola Brooke Jeremiah record right now.
So what was the question? I ain't get no question yet.
The question is, what do you do
at your 90s
at
party?
Your 90s R&B party when the money motherfuckers come in, because clearly...
And they want to hear Lola Brooke.
They want to hear Lola. They want to hear Lola Brooke featuring Jeremiah right now.
90s party. Your flyer doesn't say 90s versus everybody else. None of that. It's strictly 90s party.
Oh, okay, so for me, I'm gonna speak for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stick to 90s. I'm gonna say no, and the reason why, because I've been around the culture, I understand it now. You know, but me back in the days, you get what I'm saying? Yeah,
you probably would have not said that.
For sure, we would have been playing Lola Brooke right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like,
so.
But I got educated.
But there's a yin and a yang with that,
right?
Because I said a specific thing.
Because wait, hold up, before you continue, because for people that throw these parties, they think 90s and they doing the fashion. You get what I'm saying? You throw a 90s.
No,
that's what they, no, but you get what I'm saying, right?
I do.
I
do.
So they not thinking about the music.
I do.
I'm telling you,
I've been to 90s parties where they're not playing 90s R&B.
Right. It's like
because the DJs they book don't have the catalog, but they got the look, and they supposed to be this, and they supposed to be this and that.
So they got the fit on playing Lola Brooke though. You
but you dancing a little baby. You got the tracksuit on, but you dancing. That don't make.
The party's always been aesthetic.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why I always say you always got to be prepared for both. It's like I don't like if you're not going to stick to the, now to answer your to get back to the answer you said, you was like, well, I learned before that I used to do that, but then that becomes a problem for the DJ.
Right. Your integrity.
Hold on. Because we always get blamed for shit, right?
Right.
Yo, I'm spending all this money. He can't play this fucking record. Are you going to come and fucking stand up for me, or am I going to have to get out of character?
Me, I always come to you. I tell everybody, yo, send in the chase. All my DJs that is on my lineup, shout out to Sims Movement, all our DJs, we outside. But anybody come to the DJ booth talking to my DJ, they always say, talk to Chase. Or they'll be like, "Where's Chase?" And I handle every situation. And Trace could vouch for this too.
Okay.
I don't want nobody harassing my DJs. They're doing a job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do a Chase party.
No. Listen, I've never had to argue with a Patreon. You know what I'm saying? If I have an argument, it's with him.
Yeah, it's me.
And we say what we got to say. He got his point. I got my point. We move along, and we take those positive points and we add it to the next event.
Right.
I've never been to a
saying?
90s party outside like that. You know, there's been some parties where people stick to the script, but 80% of the time, you know, depending on the DJs they book, they don't have enough to do the whole night. And then the funny part about that is, is that after they play the only 20 songs they got from the 90s, their load is shot. And I know you know this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
why y'all keep booking these niggas?
No, not y'all. Right? And the reason why I say that,
you are a promoter.
No, I am a promoter, but the people.
Why do promoters keep booking these niggas that can't do the job?
So we can't say all promoters are the same. We got to stick to the difference. And
okay,
I got
that's clear. That's clear.
I have to keep differentiating myself from these other promoters,
as you should.
But I will say for those promoters, their booking strategy is literally based on people and numbers. You know what I'm saying? And then vibes of the party at that time. It's not really educating though.
Analytics don't win championships.
True,
baby.
It don't culture wise, and that's where it's different.
It's not about culture.
No. When I say culture,
in general,
hear what I'm trying to say, right? When I say culture, it's like how can I differentiate myself as a promoter if you're a promoter?
Right.
There's no difference. We both throw parties.
Absolutely.
But I differentiate myself because I'm in the industry now.
Absolutely.
You understand it?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I can
And he understands
I understand it. You know what I'm saying? And then I have DJs that I'm actually coaching and teaching them proper things, or I'm bringing them around the Trase, et cetera, et cetera. Versus you're just booking a DJ, they partying at your spot, they partying at the next spot, whatever. They not they out there on their own. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like it's different.
Absolutely.
So I want to.
But I feel like that's a disclaimer, bro, because you know when shit sounds bad.
100%.
Yeah.
But people act like they don't.
We get it.
No, we don't. You don't get it. That's the problem. That goes back to the question. That goes back to the question. That's a fucking problem. Like I don't want to hear. Like I do. Like if I'm spending $50 to get in somewhere, like I'm expecting the DJ to play the part.
Right. True.
I don't give a fuck about your outfit.
That goes back to the integrity.
I don't give a fuck about your watch.
Right.
Do you got the pipe? Do I need you to stop every? Why are you screaming over the slow jam, my nigga?
That's why.
Why are we screaming over slow jams?
That's why I like.
I got a million questions, but we don't have time. It's just ridiculous.
And I'm sorry.
And this is
We're
not
gonna end up having to do a part two.
This is not hate.
We're gonna do a part
This
two.
is not hate.
10 more minutes, T.
we gotta do a part two.
So I gotta ask you a question, but
Yes.
I gotta say this because you just said that, and we have conversation. We can't do or say certain things, but I have a tendency. Well, I scream, so if I play slow jams, but I do it with a certain taste. You know what I'm saying? I guess. But
no, when I say that, I mean you just played 7 slow jams in a row. You're not gonna shut the fuck up now, nigga. I heard you the first 3. Shut up.
Right. I get it.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, I'm a talker, so I understand certain things.
You should not be talking all 8 records in a row, man.
No,
Come on, my nigga. Like, come on. Enough is enough. You're
right. You're right. But can I say this?
If it's a party,
no, wait. I gotta. I have, and this is my friend. I have to defend the DJs who are MCs as well. Hold on. But hold on a second. Does that go for the same thing with Turntablist? You can't scratch for 30, 40 seconds for every song.
Absolutely.
Okay, then we good.
Absolutely.
Then we good. I don't have nothing else to say.
Listen, I go through this shit all the time.
Cause I feel like DJ screaming is the same thing as DJ scratching.
Listen, at my age,
Right.
I'm supposed to be working 3 jobs, and on Saturday, my highlight is supposed to be playing a Will Trax record for the fucking old heads.
Right.
That's literally what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
But we ain't gonna say it right now.
I'm literally supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be working my 3 jobs, and then on Friday, I can't wait to play Will Trax footwork and fucking so and so.
Right. So
That's what I'm supposed to be doing.
No. I get what you're saying. So I said
But
my part.
but the fact that, that's not the case, and listen, man.
You said your part.
The bottom line is you're a threat. When you're a threat, it's going to be harder for you. I'm a turntablist at heart, and I've been at the same time I was doing turntablist, I was doing 3-4 parties a night. So when I hear niggas talk, I'm like, first of all, how are you talking? I never seen you at none of these places.
Right.
So never.
Right. And okay. I want to step aside for a second.
Okay,
We said our opinions.
okay.
DJ promoters, screamer,
Yeah,
turntablists, all that.
Because my thing is like I always get the turntablists can't do parties, but I was like, yo, I'm better than every DJ on your right.
We gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, we gonna leave that alone.
We get it. It's like you said, we gotta create our own night. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not even that. It's that niggas gotta stop turning the cheek to corny shit.
True, but
period. I don't give a fuck about your outfit. I don't give a fuck who's co-signing you, my nigga.
So here's
like
where I'm at,
whack
right?
is whack.
True.
Can I ask this? We got like 10 minutes.
Whack.
Yeah, you asked me. I got two.
You close out.
I got two.
You close out.
No, I
Okay.
got two. But
Okay.
yeah.
So I gotta ask this, right? We're gonna step aside and we're gonna talk about something different.
This shit gets emotional. It
It's
gets emotional after a
DJ
while,
culture shit, but it's different.
It's
So-
not that. It's just that, yo, we gotta stop turning the cheek to corny shit, bro, and pushing corny shit. That's it. And that's just my personal
you know,
opinion.
he's saying, it's like when I always tell you about what I feel is wrong. You
Right.
know, it's kind of like, I don't turn the cheek to it, I tell you, because you're the
Agreed.
one
Right,
running the night.
right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? But running the party, the event,
we
whatever it
worked on
is.
it, we worked on it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you my, so that's what he's trying to say. But I got to ask you this, right? We spoke about the DJs who are content creators now earlier in the conversation.
Clickbait.net.
Clickbait and all that.
How
And
many
then-
mixes you gonna do?
No, hold on one second. Hold on a second, Boogie Block. Okay.
So now it sounds like I'm hating.
No. You're going to say what you're going to say. This is an interview. You say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I want to ask this because I really want to put this out there into the world. Like, if you didn't grow up on turntables, if you don't know how to play on everything, if you don't have a catalog, but you have great content, can you use the title DJ?
I don't know. That's not for me to say.
Your opinion. I'm asking your opinion.
My opinion is like, all right.
Can you use the title DJ?
I mean,
Yes or no?
I don't think they should. No, I don't think you should, but we're in a different phase. It's like, y'all already, not y'all, but they already let, all right, because this is going to sound whack, but we already had that 15 minutes of fame of celebrity DJs and them clogging the lane of us getting a big bag. Now we got to worry about motherfuckers that probably aren't even getting booked in their own town, but because they're just forcing videos down, they thought, man, I gotta see what this DJ's about. And then when you book them, they trash. And then you running around a party mad. Then you see a nigga like me in a party like, damn, man, I shouldn't have booked this nigga. I said, I told you that. I tried to tell your ass that 5 months ago before you made the flyer. But that's your problem, not mine. That's the problem. That is the fucking problem. Like, I don't give a fuck how niggas feel. Y'all keep fucking with whack shit. This is what y'all get. I done been to parties uptown and they like, yo, this nigga's the king of kings. I heard a nigga go from Beyonce to the Temptations one night. I was like, this is your king?
I'm waiting.
This is your king?
This nigga's funny.
No, I'm not funny. I'm dead ass.
No, I know you dead ass,
a nigga went from Beyonce. All right, we gonna take it to the old school now to fucking the Temptations, my nigga.
Look. I don't even care about that no more.
That's the problem.
No.
That,
Let me tell you why.
No.
Let me tell you why.
That statement right there
Can I ask you a
is
question?
the problem.
Boogie Blind, could you?
That statement is the problem.
Okay, hold on.
Respectfully.
Hold on. It's on 2 seconds. I'm not saying I don't care about that, like the situation. I'm saying I want to talk about Boogie Blind.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, but I don't care. That's what I'm not talking about. That I get it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But the conversation isn't.
But that was a broad question.
Right.
Yeah, it's a broad question. So you're telling me, okay, so and
I clearly am not going to go from Beyonce to the
Temptations.
Temptations.
I'm here being we're here being journalists. We got to ask the question.
Absolutely.
We have to ask the question.
Absolutely.
So Boogie Blind cannot go from Beyonce to the Temptations. There's no creative way to do that.
Why?
I'm asking you a question. Is there a creative way to do that, or is just you can't do that?
There probably is. Yeah. There is. I'm not gonna deny that.
Okay.
I just
wanna
heard
ask.
somebody do some crazy shit on the radio the other day, and motherfuckers was championing that shit. Like, y'all didn't hear that shit was offbeat, and y'all didn't hear that. All right, my nigga.
So if somebody does something creative and it's on beat, and it's something that could pass, then it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay. But it just gotta sound good.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Like, how do you not care about sounding good?
Okay.
You can't just talk and that's another shit that motherfuckers be doing. That's an excuse, right? The talk. Yo, I'ma just stop. Since you can't do anything creatively to transition it, all right, I'ma stop it like this. Y'all niggas know this, and your birthday, my nigga.
Right.
What are we doing?
Right. So,
I'm not against mic game though, but these are things. These are the narratives that they're pushing.
Right.
Because nobody gives a fuck.
Right. So,
So when that's why when I say, yo, I don't care about that, it's not because we're not talking about me. I'm speaking in general. I'm speaking from a fan's perspective because I still go out and pay to get in places.
You're speaking as a fan, as a person who has experience, everything.
I still pay to get in. I don't be like, yo, let me get on this, my nigga. I'll pay to get in. You don't even know I'm there because I'm taking notes on what not to do.
Right. He's funny.
Go ahead, Chase, because we got a couple minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's what you're supposed to do.
You know, you're right. I was gonna ask you, like, and this is what I want to know from you, right? You know, how do you feel a DJ can survive in this culture right now, or you know, become an entrepreneur and a full-time DJ? Or what's the straight?
There's only one way. You gotta be able to manage your money. You gotta be smart. You gotta do, like, depending on who you are and of course who you know. There's always going to be people that can get plugged into situations where they can make more money or opportunities to make more money. Then there's people that work hard and figure out the ways on their own. All that to be said, that at the end of the day, you still have to manage your money right. I mean, there's even people that have 2 or 3 day jobs and still active in the nightlife, but they're managing their money. Like, you'll be a fool in this day and age right now to just be out here frivolously living la vida loca because we don't know what's going to be next.
All right.
We don't know what's going to be next. We don't know if AI is going to replace us. We don't know if, like, clubs are going to get shut down. Like we just spoke about the whole Trump shit. Like, they're raising the taxes on them tariffs and importing goods. You know how much fucking liquor is foreign that everybody's getting sturdy to? You know how them bottles, them bottle prices is going to be? Like, if I was a street nigga, I wouldn't want to spend my money on that. Dummy.
Right. So I want to end this.
I never had to, like, do that shit to get pussy. I never understood that shit.
All right, wait, before you end it.
Right.
I never understood that, though, Chase. I know you know how to do that. I've seen you in action. I've seen you in action. I've never seen y'all do it.
I'm worried about other shit now. You know, I got my own event space.
You got good credit.
I got good credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been working on myself.
Absolutely.
Like, teeth getting fixed, you know what I'm saying? Straightening it up, you know what I mean? Health, you know. But Boogie Blonde.
I'm keeping the chip tooth. I'm not doing that.
Hey, do you think that's your look? You know what I'm saying?
No
like
braces.
Right.
I'm not dyeing my beard. Y'all niggas out here. That's another thing.
I dye my beard.
Listen, I'm going in the DJ booth. It's bad enough I had to wipe cocaine residue off the fucking equipment. Now I got to wipe hair dye off the equipment. I don't want to.
Wait, but my shit don't go on.
I'm just speaking from experience, my brother.
My hair dye don't go
Bring
on.
your
on
Clorox to the fucking party. I don't give a fuck. Bring your Clorox to the party because it's not only cocaine residue, it's hair dye. I'm just putting you on.
Boogie Blonde, tell the
I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
Once in a while.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but nigga, it shouldn't be drippity drop on the controller.
No, right, you're right.
I'm just seeing what I'm telling you what I'm
right.
seeing. I couldn't believe it either.
So, Boogie Blonde,
be prepared.
Tell the people, or what would you tell your young self, you know, now, like, or something motivational that you would tell the people, you know what I'm saying? Some motivation or like anything of that.
You gotta really you can't be kind like that. You can't be so happy go lucky. You have to stand your ground. You have to stand your guard because the way shit is moving now, you know what I'm saying? Nobody has a brain for themselves. They're just regurgitating what somebody else has said or doing what somebody else has done. Like, they don't have their own identity. They don't have their own fucking thinking pattern. And it's like, yo, bro, you gotta like fucking have some fucking balls and say no sometimes, bro.
You
like,
get it.
You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
I wanna end this on a positive note for the young folks, because this is what people with experience do. They give advice to the younger folks. What type of advice would you give a young aspiring DJ right now?
To be fair, like, I would always say, like, whether you're a young and up and coming DJ or an older DJ
on the come up,
I would just say, if you have a chance to give somebody opportunity, if they fumble it, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? But give somebody an opportunity to shine, because that's going to make you shine brighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't hold on to the plug, nigga. Give the plug away, because if you a hustler, you're going to find out a way to get a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it's just evolution. Somebody gave you a chance. You got to give somebody else a chance. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you feel or whatever, it's just like, yo, you don't know what this person's going through. You don't know what this person, like this person might have just be practicing all day long just to be around you or whatever. So give that person a shot.
Right.
Walk away from the turntable. Take the headphones off. All right, my nigga, you got 2 hours. I'll be back. If they stink it up, they stink it up. If they did this, like as you gave somebody a shot, you got to do that. Like that's the only way this shit is gonna keep moving forward. Like you got to give people opportunity. Whether it's
this is how we're gonna preserve the culture.
Yeah, man. You can't just be. Look how many niggas. I'm sorry. Look how many people out here that are holding on to dear life and just blocking and gatekeeping. A lot of people say that shit doesn't exist.
Oh, it exists.
But to the people that feel like it don't exist, it's because you ain't got no bop, nigga. Like nobody want to steal nothing from you, nigga. You whack, and a lot of niggas co-sign that whack shit. Period. Like when is that shit gonna stop? Like, come on, my nigga. Like, come on, bro.
We get it, man. But Boogie Blind, we definitely got to do a part 2, part 3.
For sure, we got more to talk about.
You know what I'm saying? We got to do a part 2, part 3.
Yeah.
You feel me? We appreciate you coming up here
Thank
before
you,
the
man.
holidays. It's
Thank
before the
you.
holidays.
Nah, I'm just saying, man. I really feel like this is important because people don't get it, man. It's like you have to, like, you gotta care about something, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like he said, he's working on this and he fixed his credit. He got an LLC, he got this. You're doing 3 different brands. Like, I'm doing what I'm doing. It's like, yo, look, stop trying to bash people because you can't do what they do. That's the error we're in. Motherfuckers is creating narratives to keep people away from things, and then people are being neutral. Like, nah, I don't got nothing to do with that, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's where all the problems are.
Right. And lack of information.
Lack of being aware and information is 2 things, but you're right. But the fact that you're just being, you're just like, nah, I don't want to. I don't want to fuck up my this, and I don't want to, I don't want to be looked upon as that.
Right.
That's a problem.
Right. I was just talking to somebody about that, like, breaking barriers. You know what I'm saying? It's very important because, again, I'm talking from my experience where I'm the first. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I've done in New York City and other states that I've thrown events for, in my family, I'm the first. I ain't get put on by nobody. I ain't get taught by nobody. I just been myself consistently for the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And the type of shit that I'm getting now, my flowers, or not even the flowers, people gave me that, but it's more so of the doors are being opened.
No, you're opening
I'm
the doors.
opening the doors, but the doors is wide open. I'm literally just walking through them now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference, because it's like,
you gotta watch them doors, though.
True. But it's like doors will open or they open and you do gotta watch them, but you also gotta be prepared. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for myself, like, I'm prepared because I'm not excited as I once was, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're more business-minded now. It's all about the business.
Yeah.
And that's what people are, and again, a part of good business is like eliminating the fluff, man. You don't need no fluff, man. Fluff is the reason why shit is so contaminated and saturated now, because
Smitty was just saying that.
you're just allowing the fluff in, and niggas is okay with that. Niggas is cool with that. Nah, man, that's my little man. Like, nah, your little man need to practice more. You need to tell him that.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. And it's like, motherfuckers get that shit construed as hate and being disgruntled or this and that. It's like, yo, bro, this is the thing, and it's not about back in the days. I'm just saying, in order to be put in front of a crowd, you had to be at a certain level.
Right.
Even if it was the most basic level. You know what I'm saying? You done parties before. How long did it take you before you realized your voice and how to project it and to do it in front of a crowd? What did you have to do that?
It took me a minute.
But what did you have to do that?
I had to practice.
There you go.
But I was also around people like, rest in peace, Frank Jigga.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Master Z.
Absolutely.
2 of the best ever.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned, and I learned how to project it different, but I also learned from people like, rest in peace, Mr. C, on how to say your opinions and be vocal and be loud, but also do it a certain way where
you're not offending anybody.
But it's also going to match your style of DJing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
and you're not offending anybody and fucking up your bag.
And it becomes an instrument. Your voice becomes an instrument.
Yeah.
People get used to it. So, you know, I learn differently. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? But
and now you just named 4 or 5 different people, right?
3,
4, 5, whatever, right? At what point in time did you take any of their slang and add it to yours to make yourself better? There you go.
Wait. Let me finish.
There you go.
I don't feel like I've taken anything from anybody, but because I was around Master Z a lot, the hold on thing stuck with me. But I think I say it differently than him.
Right.
So when you say elevated, I feel like I do it differently.
Right.
He does it differently. If I say it and he says it, it sounds different. It doesn't sound the same. So I feel like I feel like I inherited something because I was around somebody for so long.
I was about to say that. I was about to say y'all was a crew together, so that doesn't count. I'm just saying, like, well, from them other people, like
I don't think I took anything from anybody, but I think I took inspiration on continuing to do certain things, and then inspiration on wanting to change it and be different.
And that's the same thing with Chase. He's done multiple events. He's done different party themes, and you figured out what works for you, and you figured out what DJs you book to fit the criteria. So it's like, all I'm saying is, give a fuck about what you're doing, because it's really easy to be like somebody. It's really easy to fucking be a copycat. It's really easy to mimic.
Today's time, they have a problem understanding the real versus the fake. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna leave it off with that. You know what I'm saying?
Or you're just a fucking thief, and I need to tell you about yourself.
True. So that's the third person. So I guess we're gonna close out.
We
gotta do a part 2, man.
We gotta do a part 2, man. But Boogie Blind, I appreciate you,
Chase,
man.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Bro, I appreciate working with y'all. The Avian Legacy.
We gotta do a part 2, man.
Shout out to my man T. You know what I mean?
We gotta do a part 2, bro. We have to.
I appreciate
like
it.
Boogie
New
Blind.
Year, January, New Year. We gotta bring you in. You know what I'm saying? And
people have been trying to tell me to do a podcast for a long time, but I feel like sometimes I feel like, you know, people would think I'm being opinionated.
When's the last time you did a podcast?
I've never done one. I did the Roll podcast, and I feel like
you did the Fix Show in 2017.
And I did the Roll podcast, and I felt like both times I did it, I felt like it was a thing for me to talk about drama and not big myself up on my accomplishments.
Right. That's
you know
what
what
I
I'm saying?
Want to talk about.
And it's like, I'm never doing that again, because it's like you giving people light that don't deserve it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
it's clickbait shit.
We appreciate you.
We got you.
We appreciate you answering all our questions, taking the time out on a rainy day to come from uptown, downtown.
First of all, you went to the office, changed your outfit.
Right. I have a story. You know what I'm saying?
It's the Fix Show, man. We here,
sure,
man.
But you my guy, so I got to make sure you straight, and I got to keep my word. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully, I can get down with y'all in 2025 to talk some more shit, because we haven't scratched the surface.
We did. We did a little conversation.
But I just feel like you guys are doing something positive, and I appreciate y'all, and I wish y'all more life and blessings and continued greatness.
We appreciate that, and I gotta say, from myself to you, I appreciate all the opportunities you ever gave me. You know what I'm saying? All the advice, everything. Thank you. Appreciate you.
You're welcome,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
Too. I mean, it goes both ways, because we both had deep conversations, and we both had enlightening conversations, and I feel like, you know, I've been in your position in certain elements of, you know, the industry. That's why I'm not really an industry dude.
Right.
Because industry dudes play these games, and it's like,
We get it, man. We gonna leave that for another.
We
gonna leave that for another one, man.
It's very true. Real
it might make me want to bring the Brooklyn out of me. You know what I'm saying?
And copycats. That's the three.
The legendary Boogie Blind, Executioner, Heavy Hitter, World Champion.
Make sure y'all check out Chase and Trase when they throwing events, man.
Right.
I am at Boogie Blind. on Instagram.
We gotta bring you the contra.
You can check me out every second Friday of the month at Friends and Lovers. My party is called Easily. I've had everybody come through from DJ Trase to House Legend Terry Hunter to Scratch Bastard to fucking Mike Medium to DP1 to fucking anybody you can think of that I fuck with and I think is great has come to my party and rocked. And they can't
we gotta go one Friday to his joint.
Down.
They can't say nothing, but I did good business.
Yo, I already know part 2 gonna be lit. So let's call this a day, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to T, man. We appreciate you. DWI, thank you for sponsoring the extra time. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all, man. Next week will be our last episode of the year.
Yes.
We won't be back till January, 15th or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
we have an announcement dropping Monday.
Yeah. So next Wednesday, Tuesday.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, we got an announcement here. We got an announcement next Wednesday.
Don't make me stalk y'all on Twitch.
We out of here, man. Trey Sims.
I'm stalking y'all.
The Fix Show. DSN Network.
For the new
shout out to Prez too. My bad.
Man.
Shout out to Prez. You know what I'm saying? He take care of some
man.
things, let him do his thing.
Man.
We still here. We gonna hold it down. It's a Fix Show. We out.
We out.
I'm stalking y'all to find out the new announcement.
You funny, bro.